I'm going to read a note I wrote in my jotter here. This video, I'm not making it to be perfect. I'm making it because this is something that, like I said, I've been in this situation before. It says, leaving a job means no perfection outside, right? Don't expect bed of roses. New job means new struggles, new obstacles, new problems, especially if you're leaving one job for another job. Worst case scenario, you cannot have all the answers to your uncertainty. You know that, right? Because there's a time that I, I would say that there are some decisions that you want to make in life, quitting your job, one of them. You might not necessarily have all the answer. There's bound to be some form of uncertainty. Are you willing to jump on that uncertainty? You're currently watching this video because you're thinking about quitting your job. It feels like a heavy decision. Don't worry. This video is going to be really, really helpful to you. If there's one thing I can assure you, I'll tell you I've been there and I understand what it means. I understand the thoughts that comes into it. I don't want this video to be extremely long. I'm just going to go straight into the point and tell you things you need to consider and just help to broaden your mindset before you quit your job, before you stop that 9 to 5 work you're doing and make a decision on what next. Please consider some of these things. There's some questions I have right here, which for the essence of making this video, I would have said, okay, fine, let me just say it from my head, but I don't want to skip some real things, some important points that you should put into consideration. So I'm just going to read from my jotter, but I'll explain what all those things mean. And trust me, they are really, really important for you to consider when you talk about quitting your job. Am I going to quit? Am I not going to quit? This is too much for me. I am tired of the job. I am frustrated. I tell you, I get it. I've been there. I have been there. I don't want to talk about it. Let's just go straight into the point. The first one, you need a backup financial plan. Ask yourself, what's my backup financial plan? What does it look like? 6 to 9 months, especially. Bad case scenario, you've not gotten a job, another job. That's if you're considering getting another job, or let's say you're going into business. What's your backup financial plan for 6 to 9 months? Do you have that up? Talk about meaningful network. What kind of persons do you have in your contacts? Are they guaranteeing you that you'll get another job? Is there some form of guarantee? If there is none, it's okay. Have you read people's books on quitting, books on starting a business? Just for you to have an open mindset, for you to learn other people's perspective of this problem. Because a problem that you've been in, someone else has probably been in it and gone past that already. So why not learn from that person? Why not read? Why not read books? Books are minds of people, mindsets of people. Have you read books about quitting your job and what next? What they have to say about that? Ask yourself this question. Am I quitting this job because it's in a bad season, or because I'm tired of the job? Is it because of a seasonal tiredness and frustration? Or is it because it's a bad job, generally, a job after your life? And when I mean after your life, I don't mean the workload. I mean a job that is literally affecting your life as it is, probably security wise. Ask yourself, am I quitting this job because it doesn't fulfill my life's vision? Is there some form of career ladder that you're climbing and that the job is not a part of? Are you willing to sacrifice the pain of trying to make sure you have something that you're going to work for a very long time, have a career path when you stop? Are you willing to be there, to chase what it means to find that career that you're going to be in for how many years to come, 5, 7, 20, 30 years to come by God's grace? Are you willing to put in the work right now? Ask yourself this question: if I continue in this job for 1 more year, how will I feel? Are you in this endless loop or cycle of I'm tired, I want to quit, and then you don't make a decision and you get the same pay and it's not paying your bills enough and you still continue it? Another year you're still complaining of the same job that you've always been complaining about. Come on. You need to make a decision, right? You need to make a decision. If you're going to be in the same spot you were last year, that's not good. But that's not to say that you should make a decision that you probably regret, especially if you're not ready. Please, disclaimer, this video is not in any way trying to give you advice. The essence of this video is to point out to you things you need to consider when you talk about quitting your job or not quitting your job. Now, in terms of your network, what does your LinkedIn network look like? Are you someone that has a strong personal brand? Are you someone that you have understood LinkedIn enough? You've made connections with people. If you're into tech, are you someone that is already building and posting publicly? Do you think you have people that follow you up and trust in your brand and know that, okay, if I quit this job and I do this full time, that I'm seeing potential in this, I'm seeing a time where I know that I'm gonna get something out of all this, my network, out of this, my personal brand? Do you think you've gotten to that point? Before, that is especially if you want to quit for, let's say, starting a business and you need a brand for that, or you want to quit because you want to get a better job. That better job, are you already portraying yourself to those people, to the business, to the company, to that higher company? Are you showing them that you have the skill for them to employ you, that you are employable? Do you think you've gotten to that point? This is a very important question to ask yourself before you quit this other job. Is it fear that is holding you back from quitting, or are you overthinking it? At some point, you really have to take an action and live with the action. Be responsible for the action you've taken. What are you running towards, right? So this is just a whole lot of things to consider. What are you running towards? Are you running towards a business? If you're running towards a business, do you already have people that are, if our customers for your business, are already demanding your products? If you don't have that, you might as well consider maybe it's not the right time. Okay, but if you do, then there's a little bit of, okay, this is going well, but that does not mean that everything is going to be smooth. So what are you running towards? If you're someone that is quitting your job for another job, have you tried applying to that job before you quit? Are they not accepting you? Why are they not accepting you? Is it because you've not crafted your CV well? Could it be because you don't have the skill yet? You have to tell yourself the truth. Could it be that you don't even have the skill that those people need and you want to quit your job for that one? You should consider. Another question you should ask yourself is, am I leaving this job because of how I feel today? You know, feelings can be hyper, especially for women. Am I leaving this job because of how I feel at the moment, or because of the long-term goal? I'm going to give you a little bit of story, personal story. I worked in a place where getting to the workplace was really very hectic due to flooding. It was something else. It was crazy. When I wake up, I think of going to work. I am sad. I am frustrated. I called my sister. I want to stop this job. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. My story was always, I'm tired. I'm tired. I told a lot of persons in my DM how I am so frustrated of my job. I felt it. So that's what I'm saying. Is it because of what you're feeling? Maybe because the period that you're in. For people in Lagos, there are periods when the flooding can get so high, especially during the rainy season. Is it a seasonal feeling, or is it because of what you want to chase long term? Let's say your career path is tech and you want to chase it for a very, very long time, and you know that you staying in this particular job is stopping you It's not helping you. It's not giving you time to go for what truly matters to you. Think about that. Now, another thing you should ask yourself is, if this job were to be 30 to 40% better, say they pay well, say the access to the road is good for my situation, for example, say that everything is good about the job and it's just the fact that it keeps you in this loop. Let's say it doesn't really pay your bills 100% because of course you're not the CEO of the job, but at the end of the day, if that job is a bit better, are you still going to quit? If you're going to quit, then it means that, for example, if you're into a long-term career, that means truly you want to chase something you consider bigger than that job. But if not, then maybe, just maybe, you've not come to that point where you really need to quit this job. Now, ultimately, I put it there as a disclaimer. This video is not in any way advising you to quit or not to quit your job. I'm only trying to expose you to questions, things you should probably consider just before you make that decision, because it's a very hectic decision. It's a huge responsibility on your shoulder, and when you make that decision, you live by the decision you've made. You live by it. Now, the very last thing I would like to say before I wrap up this video real quick is, ultimately, please pray. Pray so hard. Pray to God that you make the right decision, especially for Christians. Pray that as you're making this decision right now, it's not going to end up being a bad decision. Pray that God will direct you. Pray that God will give you wisdom. Pray that He will influence your decision. Pray that His will be your will. Pray that you accept whatever answer He gives you. Pray about it. Pray about it like that. And trust me, God's decision works, okay? He's not going to put you in harm's way. If He tells you something and you go for it, and let's say you got that vision, you got that response from God that says, quit my job, quit your job rather, and you quit, and in 3 months you've not gotten another job, you go back to Him. God, you asked me to quit. What's going on? Is this the plan you have for me? Let's talk. Help me out. What's the next thing? Help me. Provide ways for me. That's why I say, ultimately, this is not a video where I'm going to be giving you a sermon, but I want to reassure you that ultimately, in all your decisions, you should put God in it. And this is one of those major decisions that you really need to trust Him with. Because I did it when I was in that scenario, when I was in that particular situation. I know how many times I talked to Him about it. I know how many times I was frustrated, and I prayed and prayed and prayed. You cannot over pray. You just can't. So this is what I have to say about this video. So I hope it works for you. I hope you feel better. I hope you make the right decision. Good luck. Bye.